If you're a developer that's new to the tech industry, then you might want to stick around because in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 hard truths that many beginners in this industry realize far too late. Hey folks, if you're new here, I'm Addy, a 27-year-old mechatronics and software engineer currently working at Canva. And on this channel, I talk about stuff and teach people things that I wish other people taught me when I first started my tech journey. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then consider hitting that subscribe button. So the first hard truth that I want to highlight is that if you're in this industry for the tech money, then quite frankly, you're not going to make it. And that's because in tech, your salary is tied to the complexity of the problems that you're able to solve on a daily basis. But tackling complex problems requires you to develop certain skills like learning quickly, problem solving, critical thinking, and the ability to use these skills to innovate. But the thing is, in the long run, it's not your salary that's going to motivate you to develop these skills. It's your passion for what you do that's actually going to help you learn these skills, which is what determines your salary. Now that brings us to the second hard truth, which is that in this industry, the learning never really stops. And that's simply because of how quickly technologies are changing and evolving, and how companies are basically trying to innovate and add new features to their products. And both of these things mean that you as a developer need to constantly level up your skills on a daily basis, which is why it's so important to find joy in learning new things and growing one step at a time. But that also brings us to the next hard truth, which is that when you're learning things, you need to stop watching tutorials and start building things instead. Now, when I first started my journey in tech, I remember the endless number of hours that I would spend watching YouTube videos and tutorials trying to learn new skills. But when the time actually came for me to put this knowledge to use and build a project, I found that either I didn't require 80% of the skills that I had learned, or that I didn't really understand the stuff that I learned well enough to actually be able to build something useful. Which is why I think that one of the best ways for beginners to grow really quickly in this industry is to actually build small projects every time you want to learn something new. Now this brings us to our fourth hard truth, which is that you're never really going to know everything there is to know in the industry. And this is something that took me quite some time to get used to because I always used to try to be on top of every single thing that there is to know about a certain topic. But the reason you're never really going to know everything is simply because in this industry things are changing so quickly and new technologies are being developed every single day. But the truth is that you don't really need to know everything. You just need to know where to find the information if you need it, and to be relatively good enough at problem solving to apply the information as you learn it. Now, if you're not sure what I mean by problem solving, then I've made an entire video on why I think this is the most important skill that anyone in this industry needs to develop. If you're interested in that, then I'll leave a link down in the description. Now, the next hard truth that I want to talk about is that coding is only 20% of your job. And this is something that really surprises beginners when they start working in the industry. But the truth is that as you start working, you'll realize that you actually spend more time doing stuff like reading and writing documentation, reviewing other people's code, whiteboarding ideas, and spending time in meetings. And it's being well-rounded in all of these skills on top of programming that's actually going to help you grow every single day in this industry and progress through your career. Now, if you're a beginner trying to break into the tech industry but you don't really have much work experience, then I've made a video on the FAB framework and how it can be used to land your first software engineering job with basically no work experience. So if that's something that you're interested in, then make sure you check out this video.